Okay, in this video we got another frame review. This is the Aikon EVOX220, and here's a little diagram of what it looks like. It's a freestyle frame with side plates for the camera mount, and there's some side plates here in the back. All of the parts here are nicely bagged up, and then also the screws and everything are labeled. So you have M3 times 10, you have M3 by 8, and M3 by 6. So all the screws and you have standoffs and everything's all nicely labeled in the bag. So you get a couple of battery straps, get some stickers, and of course all the carbon pieces. So go ahead and get all these carbon pieces out. Okay, so here are all the pieces here, and let's take a look at the arms first. Individual arms. We have some chamfered sides. Everything's cut correctly here, and pretty stiff. Not a whole lot of carbon dust, so it looks like it's been cleaned. And these arms are 4 millimeters thick, and you got your standard. I think this is going to be for 16 or 19 millimeter hole pattern. So this, you got 4 arms here, and then got a top plate. Looks like that's looks like maybe some holes here. Doesn't look like it's a 30 by 30 pattern. I'm not sure what those holes are for. And this top plate is 1.5 millimeters. Got the sandwich plate for holding the arms to the bottom plate. It's also 1.5 millimeters. And here is the bottom plate. We have some press fit nuts there already installed. And this one is coming in about 2 millimeters. We got here a side plate for the camera. Looks like it's got a part of it kind of etched out there. It's about 4 millimeters thick there. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get the caliper in there to measure the thickness of that. It looks like it's about half, so probably about 2 millimeters thick for the part that's holding the camera on. And of course, this is the other side. And then these are the vertical side plates that go in the back, and also 4 millimeters. So it's interesting. It's an interesting construction with these in the back there. I see a lot of notches there where these various other pieces are going to go in. You can see that there's going to be a plate here where these notches are, and it doesn't show up on the other side as well on the other piece here. So should be a pretty clean looking build. I think it's going to be too terribly difficult to put together. I'm thinking that this probably goes like this. Yeah, it goes like that. It looks almost like it's symmetrical, so this obviously is the front, and it probably can go either way. Yeah, so this is the front piece that notches in okay over here. It probably can go into the back side as well if it's truly symmetrical. Let's see. Actually, I don't think it is actually truly symmetrical. Oh, no. Actually, it does go in on this side as well. You can see it fits in. So yeah, it does look like it is actually symmetrical. So it doesn't matter which side is the front or the back. Interesting. So should be pretty easy to put together. Let me go ahead and just do a quick assembly, and then we'll see what it looks like fully assembled. Okay, so I got it partially assembled here. I just want to show you a few pointers on the frame build. The M3 by 10 millimeter screws are all going to go into the building of the bottom plate frame with the arms and the sandwich plate. And these press fit nuts, there's see here, there's 8 of them, and so that goes like that. The 8 millimeter, the M3 8 millimeter screws are going to be used for the standoffs that go into the side plates here. So there's going to be 2 standoffs in the back side here, and 3 in the front. And those are the 8 millimeter screws, and then the 6 millimeter screws, they're going to go into the, they're going to be used with these little nuts here, and they're going to go into these little slots right here in the side plate. So there's 2 in the back side and 1 in the front here. So there's going to be a total of 6 of them. So there's the 1, 2, 3 here, 6 total on top. Those are the 6mm screws along with the nuts. That's going to hold everything together. And so I think the easiest way to put this together is to, I guess we'll put the side plates together like so. So this will be the front, and this will be the other side. And go ahead and put the screws in here in the side. And this should hold, once you put these screws in, this should hold the side plates together to the bottom plate. And then go ahead and do the back as well. And make sure you use this little piece right here. It's going to notch in right there. This is for the SMA antenna. And you can see that the side plates are held in nicely with those standoffs. And then we just put the top plate on. There's some notches right here for the top plate. Okay, so it's quite a tight fit. The tolerances are really tight, but yeah, it goes on there. And then the last step is to put in the nuts here and then the screws, and that will hold the top plate to the frame. Okay, so that is it for the top plate. You can see the nut there is prevented from spinning because it is lined up with the carbon. So it is a little tricky getting that nut inside that space there. And then I just screw it down and that'll hold the top plate on. 6 of those. So pretty interesting frame. Let me just give you the weight here. Okay, so it's coming in at 139.2 grams. So yeah, it's definitely on the chunky side. It definitely feels quite beefy. Could be a good thing or a bad thing. I think for freestylers that want a little bit more durable frame, maybe this might be better choice. I'm not 100% sure on that. I mean, obviously this front section here is probably going to be able to take a beating. The camera protection is going to be pretty good here in the front. Of course, it is carbon, so you could delaminate in hard crashes or on concrete or something like that. And the stack mounting option is 30 by 30 here, but I think the description here, it does say it's compatible with both 30 by 30 and 20 by 20, which probably means that if you want to do 20 by 20 here, you have to move those press fit nuts to the 30 by 30 hole and then use the 20 by 20 hole instead. So I think that's what this is here. But it's the press fit nut was installed on the 20 by 20 stack, so it's actually defaulted by to 30 by 30. What's interesting about this here, it's saying that it's no props are visible in the FPV feed and GoPro footage as well. So it's got a nice long backside here, so it should hold a big battery. So it's saying it'll easily mount a 1800 or 2200 battery. I don't know about 2200, maybe 1800 for sure. It says it's a compressed X motor configuration. So let's see here. Let's grab the ruler. So I think what they mean by compressed X is H-style frame or squished X frame. So the motor side to side is about 173 millimeters, and definitely front to back is going to be shorter here. And front to back is coming in about 134 millimeters. So that's definitely a squished X frame. And the motor to motor diagonally, well, it should be 220. Yeah, it's 220 millimeters, like the name suggests. Now, interesting about this frame, you put your stack in here. Let's see how much space we got. So it's about 27 millimeters of stack height available to you. So you can probably fit in 3 boards okay. Yeah, with these little pieces here, we might get in the way. So 2 for sure. You know, ESC 4-in-1, 4-in-1 ESC and flight controller, and then probably need to put your video transmitter in the back here. You got this flat area back here for that. You can stick the video transmitter. Obviously, the video transmitter comes out the back there for the SMA. Battery strap hole here, but interestingly, you got a slot here, but then the standoff's in the way, so that is kind of strange. You can't use it that way, or you have to get rid of the standoff if you use that strap hole, or you just go underneath here directly around like that, and then another strap here in the front in this section here for holding the battery down. But yeah, I don't know about the no props in the FPV feed. If you have enough camera angle, maybe, because the prop is definitely, yeah, it's definitely going to come out in the front here. So if you have a flat angle, you might still be able to see the props depending upon your field of view of your camera. And then obviously right here is the GoPro section. You probably use a battery strap here, and then maybe some foam. Maybe some 3D printed part might fit this. I'm not sure if one exists or not. That's about your angle there. And it's pretty typical, about 30 degrees, 25-30 degrees for freestyle. Should be fine for that. Anyway, yeah, pretty nice frame. Probably will be putting something into this eventually. Not sure when. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.